Hey, this is Bruce Cook. In this video, I got some exciting news update about my super hot pepper plants. It's actually going to be about my larger plants that I saved from last year. But first, I'm going to quickly go over something I got going on with these new ones that I'm growing this season. So I've been dealing with something chomping away at the leaves of these plants, and I cannot figure out what's doing it. It's not aphids, it's not mites. There's whatever's doing it is, chomping away at these leaves and then disappearing. And no amount of neem oil was getting rid of the problem. So I did a little bit more research on YouTube to figure out some other natural means without having to settle for using chemical pesticides. So what was suggested was diatomaceous earth, if I'm pronouncing that right. So I've used that before, getting rid of other pests in past apartments that I've lived in a while back, and people said that it would also work out here if you're trying to deter certain insects. I guess what was that, arthropods or whatever, the hard-shelled insects like ants and stuff. They have like hard exoskeletons and stuff. It's crushed and powderized seashell. It's supposed to cut them up and stuff if they get it on them. So they said it would be safe on your plants, that there's nothing about the crushed seashell that would cause damage to them. So I was in a quick hurry a couple days ago after I got this stuff to get this done before the day went on, because I had to go to work early in the morning, and I wanted to get this on as soon as possible, because whatever's been biting into my plants is being very quick about it. It's they're making short work of my plants very quick. It was like only a week ago that this problem really started, and these plants, or whatever's doing it, is wreaking quick havoc on them. So I wanted to get it on as soon as possible, and quite a bit more was blowing out of that squeeze bottle that I had than I anticipated. So I ended up accidentally getting a bunch of it on my plants. But when I came home from work later that night, it didn't seem to have harmed the plants. Like, I was more worried about how the plants would react with the sunlight shining down on them with this stuff on it. I don't know if it was gonna cause any problems. And another method was people were suggesting was using baking soda. So I went to the store and bought a big box of baking soda. I didn't put it on my plants, but I put it on the mulch between the plants. I did this morning spray this down with the hose to try to get some of this off of the leaves, and try to get some of the baking soda to soak in. And you can see some of it ended up after everything dried, remained on the surface. But you can see like a lot of these are red ghost pepper plants I got in the center here. You can see some of these leaves have been turned into mincemeat by whatever's doing this. Like, here's one right here. You can see there's absolutely no aphids or mites or anything on them. Just whatever's doing it is biting holes in these things and then disappearing. So I don't know if it's ants or I don't know what other insects would be doing that. I don't see any worms. Somebody suggested on the Super Hot Pepper Growing Forum, our group on Facebook, and I searched in the soil in some of these containers where the leaves were getting tore up, and I didn't see no worms. I don't know how worms would get into here anyways. But anyways, got that going on. My Super Hot plants out front, I don't see any peppers on the Super Hots yet. Lots of flowers. Some flowers that have dropped their petals, and you can see the stigma sticking out. Like, I just discovered one that is turning into a pepper. That's like the early stages of a pepper. Once it drops its petals, you'll see the petals fall off, and then you'll see that stigma sticking out. And that green right there, just above the stigma, is the body of a baby pepper. I didn't even see that this morning, so I guess that's extra good news. And then, and this is a prima tali plant. You see this thing's riddled with flowers, and they say if your plant is putting out too many flowers, then all the flowers at the same time are going to absorb too much nutrients from the plants and steal all the energy away from them from producing peppers. But I'm compensating with that by hitting these up like every 3 days with that hydroponic flora bloom. As long as I keep up with that, the plant should have the amount of nutrients it needs to accommodate so many of these. It worked for me the first season. I used that flora bloom, It's for hydroponic growing, but Kangstar had done a video using that stuff. He was because he likes to experiment with a lot of things, and found that you can actually use the Flora Bloom in your plants as well, or your container plants. You know, putting it in the soil. So, and then all these are still. I wouldn't be surprised if there's peppers on these things. But these aren't the main thing I'm featuring. Oh, and then here's a plant that I recovered that I gave to my boss and then got back from him. This thing was completely bald and looked dried out and looked dead when I got it back from him. And I revived it, nursed it back to health, and you can already see this thing's got peppers. I mean, this thing was dried out and looking dead when I got it, while my other plants started putting out flowers. And look at how quickly this recovered. And he already got, that's a giant red Marconi plant. You can see that big pepper's growing, another pepper's growing on there. But anyways, my exciting news is about my big super hot plants that I have on my back porch. The ones that are in the large 5-gallon containers. Now, I've been busy doing a lot of shopping, trying to get really nice things to make my life easier when I'm gardening out here, including getting this this hose. I had to feature that because this is really cool. I didn't know things like this existed. It said it was a 50-foot hose, and then when I brought it home and unraveled it, I was like actually kind of angry because the thing looked like it was like 15 feet long. And I ended up discovering, like, I just wanted to get one of those hoses that were more flexible, that they go flat or whatever when you take the water pressure out of them. And I ended up discovering that when you pressurize this, you turn the water on, that you can pull the hose and it'll stretch out to 50 feet. And it'll actually stretch out and it won't pull back on you. It'll actually remain that. And then when you shut the water off and you relieve all the water and pressure out of the hose, it shrinks back up into like 15 feet. Like, that is so cool. I didn't know anything like that existed. So, I mean, I paid a good, it was like $43 for that thing. And that already, I feel like that's worth every penny. Oh yeah, I got all of my plants out of my bedroom now. These were the last remaining plants. You see there are some small ones. I don't think most people would have actually gone through with transplanting some of them. You know, at this size, because I got them in half-gallon containers. But like that little tiny one right there, I wanted these out of my room so I could shut my grow lights off, because I really want to get that platform out of my room. I need to get that out, and I want to put a large desk, a new large desk in there, so I can have more space when I'm teching and fixing everybody's paintball guns. Right now I'm using my computer desk, and I have to keep on taking all my stuff off that every time I want to tech things, and it's just becoming a pain in the butt. But anyways, yep, this is about these plants. And one that I found this morning that got me really excited. It's actually this one right here. It's one of my Primo Tally plants. I actually have 2 of them out here, but I ended up discovering that it's already producing peppers. And like, there's one right there. You can see that. That's nice and strong. The stem's strong. And there's several more on here. I mean, you can see this thing's loaded with flowers. And where did I find the others? Let's see. There's a few more on here where the petals fell off, and you see the stigma sticking out. And you can see the green body of the baby peppers. I have a bad memory. I'm always forgetting where things are. But it's on this Primo Tally plant. I really don't want to scrounge through all this stuff, but there's a few others on there that are like that, similar size. And but that's my exciting news. Finally, I'm starting to get peppers on these plants. And I didn't scour through these other ones. There's 2 more Primo Tally plant, or 1 more Primo Tally up here, 2 chocolate bootlas, and a Carolina Reaper. They're all loaded with flowers, and I'm trying to keep up with giving them the Flora Bloom so it can support the production of that many peppers at once. That way my flowers don't just keep dropping off. So let's see if my other ones have any actual peppers. I mean, you see the flowers everywhere. You see there's a lot of flowers that are opened up, and I don't know. I got excited. I don't know if maybe there's only like a couple on there, like 3. There was tons of them where it looked like they were just turning into baby peppers, but I know I spotted at least 2 more peppers of that similar size. But and this is a chocolate bootla plant. I'm just looking around, see if there's anything new going on with it. So chocolate bootla plant looks like it's just putting out flowers. I mean, it's had flowers on it. But anyways, that was my exciting news. I just had to make a video showing I finally got some peppers growing on this thing. So, but anyways, I will have a couple more videos I'm going to be putting up here soon. One I'm planning on putting up tonight. It's going to be a review of a bag of Carolina Reaper. I can't remember. They were like Doritos or something. My coworker found them at Walmart. And I ended up picking up a bag of those. I'm going to review those. The ingredients said it had Carolina Reaper in it, so I want to review that. And I'm going to finally review Tom Broom from Seriously Hot Peppers 16 million Scoville capsaicin powder. So I'll be doing that. And then I'll have another shooting video of another gun that I fixed, or that I'm fixing up once I get the part in the mail Tuesday. But until then, hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.